You'll never catch her.
Oh no.
I can try.
We end up getting the music rights to Under the Sea.
Oh.
Interplanetary chase.
Keyboard moving OP.
I'm going back to my horrible jungle planet.
Yeah, rip.
Maybe it's nice this time of year.
Maybe.
Squib on the comment.
Yeah, that's fine. You can go to Telencron. There's nothing that'll happen to you there.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I mean, it's a safe, tamed world.
Are we being extremely normal in here?
Mhm.
Always so normal in here.
I'm the mostest normal.
True.
They're using us to set the new baseline for normal.
Isn't the baseline 90 degrees?
I would
I
think the
guess-
baseline's whatever they do at the start of the Seven Nation Army was like.
I was gonna say the baseline is actually like A A E F G G A A E F.
Aguava?
Ah, so it's war then.
Where did we leave off? Like, location wise.
I will tell you all when we get started.
Water.
We're in Aurousa.
There is the party
Oh,
map
cool.
marker. It is accurate that you are on Marcia Bay, but I'm gonna wait till we actually
Wow,
start the
thanks.
stream.
Yeah, the reason I ask is, should I reassign my feats now, or should I wait until
Let's wait
we
till I get
are
started, please.
in contact with a bond artificer?
Let's wait till I get started, please. Just give me 1 second to get things set up, and I will get back to you on that. Okay. Sorry about that. So, I'd like to do our recap first, if that's okay, and we can pick up after that. But if you'd like to do that ASAP, I guess we can do that first. But I think the recap makes sense to
That's
do first.
just to not take up time.
No, that's fine. As soon as Squib is ready, I will get us started. But we're most
Good to
in your
go.
town. Alright, everyone is ready. Sapphire, where's your token?
She got caught.
Fuck. Eaten by a dragon. Run.
Got him.
Safe over here on the
Alright.
E.
Would anyone like to recap us from last time for a hero point? It's been a little bit.
Well, there was the important part, but I don't know about anything else.
Alright, that's okay. I will recap us. So, last time you all had made your way down to Marty's neighborhood after quelling Jeremy from being kind of rude. It wasn't really any less rude in the end, but it gave you a lead on a ship that had recently crashed and was being salvaged. Slowly, well, in theory, as that's where Jeremy took something away from. So you all made your way out to this ship to see if maybe you could find some leads, and you realized it was the cruiser that attacked your ship on your way towards Marcia Bay. How it got under the ocean was immediately answered once you began exploring it, and you found a mysterious dragonkin by the name of Sakra, who you invited to join your party. She seemed to know something about all of you, and specifically about Sapphire. And so came along, and you also pulled a strange control orb from this, which you began analyzing and got a little bit of background and things from that. And past that, you all ended outside of Marcia Bay. On Marcia Bay, outside of La Piscina City, on the outskirts at Marty's neighborhood. So I will. Let me preload this. And I'll take us over to Lapicia. So you all are off the edge here of Lapicia, which is controlled by the Lapician hegemony. So if you would like to go ahead and make your way to town to find a bond artificer stranger, you very much can.
Perfect. Well, I'd like to go ahead and do that unless I'd be disrupting something.
No, not at all. Please, let's go ahead. So I'll say you can find in town, in the ward you are in. I'd say it's pretty easy to have an idea that the ward you're in, you can maybe ask Marty or Jeremy, is the Abundance Ward. And there's absolutely a bond artificer you can find in a major city like this. So what items would you like to retrain?
So I'm respecking a couple of class feats, but mostly just my free archetypes. And I believe you said I should use the highest level, basically a class feature cost matching my level.
Yeah.
Which is going to be
yeah.
14 days of a trained income at my level, which totals up to 56 gold pieces, or rather 560 credits.
Absolutely. And you can talk to a bond artificer, and it takes you like an hour or two where they hook you up to a machine that makes adjustments to your mind while you are asleep. It replaces some of your memories and things. And I believe you have quite a lengthy list of things that you're intending to change on Stranger. Is that right?
More or less. It's a little bit more of a reshuffle, almost. So what I'm doing is, instead of fighter and cleric, I'm taking the guardian archetype, which was not available when Stranger was created, because it's been a little while. And Guardian does some of the stuff that I was kind of trying to replicate using those other archetypes. So it can still intercept attacks, still has all the important features like reactive strike, but it's just kind of a little more cohesive now.
Yeah, that sounds like a really good fit for Stranger. And I believe that should all be in the version of Pathfinder. I'm holding off on updating to Foundry 14, so if there's anything really urgent that we need from Pathfinder or Starfinder, do let me know.
I think we're okay.
Okay, but it seems like it has all the support for that. So with that, I've never seen the spectators thing in the middle of the map like this. 1 second while I adjust something. That's not what I intended. I kicked myself back to set up. Sorry about that. Configure settings. Where do you set the permissions for users, if you remember correctly? Oh, I found it.
Okay.
Glad we can help.
I'm very good.
That's how it works. You just have to ask, and then you'll find it. I'm actually going to leave my level 10 archetype slot unallocated, and I'll just do without a feat for this section, I think, because I haven't decided on one.
Okay. We can just say that you retroactively knew exactly what you wanted.
Of course, I'm a prescient planner after all.
Anyway, so all of you had left off at Marty's place, saying that you wanted to go into town and do a little bit of investigating. You know of two houses, at least on the map, and that is House Lazuli, which has is associated with Sieg, and House Sagittarius, which you heard is one of the most influential houses. Sieg knows a lot about the Lapissian hegemony, but if anybody else has any questions or would like to know about it, you can give me a society check. It would be a secret one. Past that, what would the party like to do?
I'm going to do recall knowledge of society to see if like any of the houses might be particularly more open to a Amirian diplomat, so to speak.
Certainly. You can give me a secret society check.
Magic 8 Ball says no.
Probably, you know.
Well, I mean, if the question is more hospitable, then they don't have
Mhm.
to be very hospitable at all.
Basically, is there one that Sapphire could say what
Yes,
she is
without
without getting murdered?
Your dice move so beautifully.
Hospitality of not being attacked on site.
Yeah, pretty much.
You don't know much. You can't remember much about the specific houses. So it's hard to say how any of them would react to you.
Perfect. Wonderful.
Boss, I'm sure once everyone sees your shining personality, they will decide not to kill you.
Some people can't look past, my job.
It's not very nice.
I agree.
If your
Thought that
job
was
was
about to
like
be a joke
puppy
about your.
punter or something, then I would understand, but
My job is most definitively not puppy punting. I can promise that.
Probably.
Probably. Maybe.
oh, definitely.
Did we still have the object that was affecting Jeremy?
So the object affecting Jeremy, when you beat up Jeremy enough, you'd realize the object that affected him was already drained. So it had done this damage to him basically, and then through the power of incredible violence, you seem to have returned him to normal.
Okay, it was a power cell or something?
Yeah, it was basically a smaller form of I guess like a power cell is a good term, yeah. Like a piece of like the ship's generator, essentially, like a backup generator.
Mhm. Yeah. It occurred to me to ask Sakura if it felt familiar, but I guess that probably wouldn't help.
No, as in tied to me? No. Familiar in that I was trapped in a box with it for 12 hours? Yes.
You're not going to go
A fate worse
crazy
than
like
death.
Jeremy, right?
I don't
Is that
think
why
so.
you're so tall?
No. Dragonkin are just like this.
Oh, okay, my
Big.
bad.
Have you not met a Dragonkin?
Scoop can't recall being a dragonkin.
Well,
Hoop doesn't hear the question because he's busy writing that down.
we're big. Also, I've only known you all for a day, so I don't know where to take you.
And we're already buds.
You do keep saying that.
And here's the best part. We don't know where we're going either, so we're all lost together.
Sakura,
Incredible.
are you affiliated with any of these houses?
No.
There we go.
I'm no one fancy, and I'm not from Marcy.
Rats.
I think they say fishes down here.
If only somebody in the party was from Marcia Bay and had associations with one of the houses.
That would be strange.
Huh.
That would be super convenient.
Terribly
Pre-recording almost.
convenient, in fact.
As a small recap, some of the information that you received from the orb is that it seems to be the ship seemed to have, or the AI running the ship seemed to have received instructions towards a grand goal of uniting. That was really the only thing you pulled away from that. And then you also have Marty, who's with all of you. I can put Marty on the map as a reminder, because he'll go places with you if you want.
Okay, I thought he might have stayed home.
So he'll come along with you if you want to go into town or something. That said, he all sought your help, because there was a resolution being passed to form a stronger alliance with Sulune, which seemed out of character, and also the fact that the other 4 houses, other than Lazuli, seem to be working together very closely on this. And there are some people within House Lazuli that were considering supporting the measure.
Mm,
So
well,
perhaps, how's Sieg feeling
maybe the
about
best
all of this? Hold on, how is Sieg feeling about all of this?
Well, to my recollection, Marty wanted us to go and talk to House Lazuli, correct?
That is correct. He at least probably would like it if you had all heard out their plea and maybe why they're resisting this, since Marty also seems not be a fan of it.
Finding a local group too that actually knows, a bit more about what's going on, probably a great idea.
And I'm sorry, I cut you off, stranger. What were you going to say?
So Stranger was just going to elbow Marty and say, well, now what?
Marty looks at everyone and goes, y'all should... if I were going to do an investigation, I'd start at House Lazuli, but at the same time, I feel like I've pried as much as I can out of people. I'm not, I don't have a lot of pull in the house, we'll say.
Okay, fair. Well, you know how it's really easy to overshare to a complete stranger for no reason?
No, but I've done it, so go ahead.
I'm thinking if we show up, they might just do the same for us. They may not tell you some stuff, but maybe we'll glean some information.
And he turns to Sieg, goes, Sieg, so a lot of the house leadership, as you know, cycles out pretty often, and a lot of people in charge now were trainees around when you left. That said, they've got this new advisor out from Sulune, and she's a real firebrand.
They have a new advisor from the group that they're banding together against?
There's been a new advisor showing up at most of the houses, but Lazuli opted for someone local.
But do they usually change advisors that frequently?
I don't know. I'm not usually that privy to house business.
Well,
Would
me
Sieg know?
either.
What was that, see?
I said, would Sieg know how often they change advisors?
You get an idea that, just based on your knowledge of working with them, that it's probably not uncommon to hire a different advisor every few years. Should something happen to one of the advisors, or perhaps they take up a position in another house. Things like that. There's usually a few advisors, But that said, the fact that the other 4 houses have hired an advisor that seemingly seem to be related is extremely peculiar.
Well, I suppose we should make our way there. See what the family's up to.
Good. Lead the way.
Question: C. Should I, when we get there, not talk at all, or am I
That is
allowed
an
to speak?
excellent suggestion.
I'll try my best.
Maybe hold off on the business card.
What? Oh, okay.
You are too
Temporary.
smart.
Temporary.
You can't deny Squib his advertising.
How about, can I give
Only
you my
temporarily.
business card, and if you want to give them my, or like stuff it somewhere?
I accept this mission.
Okay. Squib hands a spare business card to the stranger.
Alright, Marty offers to drive all of you over there.
Shotgun.
As long as you have a vehicle that can fit Sakura.
Do I have to ride on the roof?
Nah, she can
The back of the
she can
pickup
ride-
truck.
She can ride on the bed.
Ah, good. I've had to do this quite a lot.
Vehicle has a bed? Oh, wait, no, never mind.
It would be nice if I could lay down, but no. Not that kind.
Alright, you all pass. Marty driving everyone in an aquatic vehicle. You all pass to the center of town and over into the cultural ward, where you find your way to House Lazuli.
So if Marty's driving, this isn't public transport, right?
No.
That means we're
It is
safe.
transport in public. So don't get too comfortable.
Marty looks back and goes, "Hey, you know what? I've never had a vehicle be blown up while I'm driving it."
Ugh, don't tempt fate with that.
And would you say, how far would you say you are from retirement?
I'd like to say a couple years away, but
One
You know.
jackpot.
That's right.
You can survive a good few vehicle crashes or explosions. Trust me, I've done it.
Or crashes, then explosion?
It's usually one than the other.
I have as well. We do not need to tempt the car blowing up.
Okay, okay.
So-
car, do not blow up. Thank you.
The car AI response says, "Understandable. Will not blow up."
That's awesome.
Well, I'm glad we had that conversation then.
Thumbs up.
I approve of this.
Delamain wishes you.
Your approval is appreciated, and feedback will be forwarded to. And then Marty smacks something. Understood. All right.
Well, shall we introduce ourselves to the family?
Yeah, Marty says, "Was the current lead? I don't know if she's here right now. Riel Lazuli. She was just a whippersnapper, not a whippersnapper, but up and coming politician by the time that you would have left Sieg. And she's effectively running the house now. The rest of them, you'll just have to introduce yourself." My presence is not gonna have the most pull, so I'd like to stay out here unless you'd all like me to come in, Marty says.
Have you angered them recently?
It's more, you know how when there's a little bit of change of guard in the house, people who had positions before may not necessarily have the best one. That's just how time goes every few years, you know? And by every few years, he means about once a decade.
I understand.
Hmm. You could help to explain our presence, though.
Certainly. Well, if it help, I'll come on in.
So, otherwise, we have this motley multiplicity of mercenaries.
Alright. So you all get into the front. And you know, you see this building that's kind of like these like snaking, sleek features that almost look like giant seashells. There's windows that are effectively like kind of like bubble windows. Some of them are glass, some of them are not. And with that, you go to the front and you see a guard who kind of glances at Marty in recognition. They kind of double check at Sieg as if they should know Sieg, but don't expect him to actually be here, sort of thing. But they let you in. They let you know, and Marty says, well, technically the house grounds are generally going to be pretty public access. I mean, you know how things work here. I don't know if they all know how things work here, but that ain't important, I think.
How do things work here?
No.
And so Marty turns around and he stops you on the lobby. He goes, alright, well, Lapicia is a hegemony that's made up of 5 houses. So we got House Lazuli here. Let me pull up my GM notes real quick. House Lazuli here. You got House Sagittarius, who mentioned before. House Anemonia, I hate that one. House Azeros. And House Piscialis. Ugh. I've been up on the surface too much. I'm catching the Padfoot accent. Now, these all kind of manage their own individual affairs in parts of Lapicia. Different businesses align with different houses and things like that. And the 5 of them meet at the Grand Collective. So, I'll mark these on your map. So, to the north is House Piscialis. House Anemonia is to the southwest. House Azeros is in the center, and the Grand Collective is where they all meet. And he goes, so, I mean, strictly speaking, these are matters of public business often people come here for. Those might be business permits, they might be, that might be legal matters, that might just be listing things, disputes, anything like that. Any other questions before we head in?
Do we need to dress up?
I don't know where you change.
I don't either. I don't know. I don't deal with fancy houses much.
Suit yourself. And Marty taps something on his chest, and his clothes become a little nicer.
Oh, well, that seems helpful.
Sapphire ponders for a moment if it's a good idea or not. Then kind of looks down at her like dirty traveling clothes and just has this face of fuck it. And activates her glamour.
Squid, meanwhile, just kind of grabs the top near the collar of his dusty jacket and flicks it like, I'm always dressed to impress,
You are.
Thank you, boss.
All right, well, let's get going then. And Marty kind of shuffles everyone, and he walks up to a station nearby and like scans a badge. You all coming?
Oh yes.
I'll
Oh wait,
follow
I
him.
did not activate the scene. Sorry about that.
Oh, yes.
Here we go. This is the inside here. You can see. So what you see is basically
Sweet.
twisting kind of corridors that go up and down. That makes a lot more sense when you're underwater and can swim around. There's a central kind of room that has a semi-opaque like bubble around it. You can kind of see there's some people inside, but not much past that.
I forgot to mention, but on the trip here, Sapphire's gonna be doing her daily buffs.
Sure.
Daily affirmations.
Um, Sapphire's seen Sacra tanking. So she gets the life connection this time. Because Stranger literally can't die.
Oh hooray!
Sapphire size.
It's so true.
I mean, she was bleeding really bad at the end of the drone
Yeah.
encounter.
All right. Money says, well, if you want to talk to some people in here, then, well, this would be the place. As you walk up, the robot to the side here is talking with a house official here. But Sakura, you hear the robot's voice in your head in a language that you don't really know why you understand it, but you know that you do. And it just says something telepathically to you. Says, unverified print. Please return for correction. Presence requested unknown.
Huh? Oh. See, tech. She's like leaned down to whisper to Sieg. Tech things, right?
Yes.
What is a request presence unknown?
To be clear, only Sakura heard that.
Yeah. She's
What is the context?
I heard the robot in my head.
Do you hear things often in your head?
Not usually.
Would I have ever heard anything about a non-requested presence?
Well, this makes absolutely no sense what she's talking about.
Perhaps you're hearing things.
What the robot outwardly is talking about, in Marcian to everyone would be able to hear, is, well, those who can understand Marcian. It also has a display showing things in common. And it's basically talking about economic gains of supporting the reform resolution, wartime safety, things like that.
Who's looking around
Sakura,
the entire time at all these guards and people and just biting his tongue?
What was that, Dr. Dano Crusher?
Sakura like squats down and is like peering at the robot suspiciously. Hmm. Is there anywhere on the robot that one could like scan their prints or anything like that?
Are you gonna try and touch the robot?
If it looks like there's a spot where she could do that.
Give me a blind computers check.
Ah, yes. This will go great.
You see a large pad that looks about the size of your finger. A little to the right of one of their arms.
She'll gently touch it with her finger, like a little poke.
The robot seems to react strangely. It backs up a little bit and turns and goes, "My word, have we met?" And the house official also kind of turns and looks at us like, this person just went and touched this robot. And while it's talking to you, in your voice, you hear the telepathic message again. Unverified print. Return to core. Reconnect.
Alright. I
Consequence
apologize.
disposal.
What was that?
It continues, it says, consequence disposal.
I see. Hmm. See, now it's talking about the core being disconnected and needing to be reconnected, or there's a disposal consequence.
It might just not like that you touched it.
That is correct, the robot says. I am only here spreading political messaging and reform, as is my protocol.
And where are you from?
That information is classified. And where are you from?
You know, that information's classified. Not so nice, is it?
Correct. Niceness and formalities are not required, only the exchange of information.
Ugh. Robots.
And then you hear another voice from the robot in your head. It says, unexpected rogue behavior will escalate.
I'd like to squint at the robot.
All right.
Is there any text in Identic Rune anywhere on it?
No. It is a pretty pretty staple robot. It's kind of like a protocol droid type thing where you might use it for like translation services. It has some like legal writs attached to it and things like that, and it has a holographic clipboard with some legal proposals that it was discussing with this house official. And the house official turns and they go, I'll leave you all to your business with this robot. I'll be back. And the robot turns and is like, wait a minute. And the robot turns and goes, well, how may I help you all?
I am Squib. Oh God, was it too much? Sorry.
Greetings, Squib.
You're doing a great job, Squib.
It's nice to meet you.
Says it's going to escalate response.
And you hear in your head again, rogue status confirmed.
Can you tell it to de-escalate?
Further communication will be ineffective, it says to Sakura in her head.
Okay. She's just kind of like looking around. Like,
What did it say now?
And it looks at all of you, and then it scans and seems to focus on Sieg and goes, Sieg, previously affiliated, House Lazuli. Confirmed.
Previously.
Previously?
Termination, or association and employment is considered null after 2 years of disappearance.
That sounds about right.
That said,
For our next mission, Sieg hacks into the DMV to renew his license.
That said, I would imagine even someone who formerly was a part of House Lazuli would have some pull. What is the means of, or the reason of your return visit? If one might inquire.
I wish to know the lay of the land. Give me the current politics.
Ah, perfect. And as the robot begins talking, you see a figure swim up to the door of this and swings this open and goes, I told you not to talk to guests unattended. Get in here. And she says to the robot, I suppose we should talk inside. And the robot kind of walks in. Marty looks at all of you. I guess we're going in.
A strange robot.
you're telling me. Oh, it said further communication will not be useful.
So this woman is clearly dressed not how a lot of people around here are dressed. Her clothing is a bit more casual. Most of the other house officials and people working here are some politicians and things like that, who would be discussing house matters. And the woman goes, and who left you unattended out there? You know damn well you're not allowed to propose measures unescorted. And the bubble wall closes. These 6 strangers appeared, and also a
There was
former
only
mem-
one stranger here.
I am only familiar with the identity of one of you, so 2 of you. So, in truth, there are 4 strangers here, by my counting. That said, there are. They wanted to know, quote, the lay of the land, so I was going to propose my recent plan to them. And this woman goes up to the robot and she goes, you damn well know you are supposed to be escorted, not proposing things to guests. Also, welcome all of you. So, wait a minute. Marty, I know you. who are the other 5 of you? And why are you here?
Sieg will turn to her and in a deep bow say, I am Seagrain Lapis-Lazuli, at your service.
Wait a minute. And she goes, oh, you're that official who disappeared a few years ago. I only remember that name because the rest of them were just cycled out for age, and yeah, people thought you were dead. Well, I suppose welcome back. Though
It would
I wouldn't
seem
be the one
rumors
in
of
charge.
my departure are greatly underestimated.
Well, I suppose I wouldn't be the one to reinstate you, but then again, I don't know if that's something you even want. By the way, I am the recent advisor hired to help assist some matters and keep this little reform advisor in line among other duties. I suppose I should introduce myself. My name is Sapphire Novalis. What is all of your names?
Ooh, sapphires.
Sapphire's face just goes like, huh? What?
So Sapphire, comma the yellow one. Do you happen to have a last name?
My last name's Horn.
Wait a minute, and she walks over. Did you just refer to her as... Don't tell me your name's Sapphire. That's a rare name.
You know, my name is indeed Sapphire, yes.
You have to change yours. There can't be 2 Sapphires.
I maybe had it first. I don't know.
I'm not going to ask your age, but you're here in Marcia Bay. Look, I'm Sapphire here. You can be... I don't know.
Squib's eyes are actually bulging as he's biting his lip, and like it looks like he's not breathing.
Sieg will kick the edge of Squib's boots. He's like, go for it.
Oh my! Oh, thank you. Hi, I'm Squib. That's Boss, and she was Sapphire first. I'm sorry. I just got to say it.
Thank you, Squid.
The robot peeps up and goes, Miss Novalis, your conduct could be considered rude. And she walks up and just backhands the robot and says, I don't want to hear it.
Sapphire snorts.
Doesn't hurt her hand?
It does not. And as she's looking at
I'd like
you...
to check the robot for damage.
Sure, but 1 second. As she walks up and she looks at Sapphire like eye to eye, how tall is Sapphire again?
What did I put? She's like 5'6", I think.
Okay, she's a few inches shorter than you, and she kind of looks up at you, and she goes, and she grabs your arm gently, and she's looking at the CAD on your arm, and she goes, and where did you get this?
A friend made it for me.
Oh, a friend. You want to tell me that friend's name?
Somehow, I'm hesitant to, if you seem so... I don't know, impressed?
Impressed is a different term for a imitation of actual casting, but yes.
I can do actual casting too, if that is what you're worried about. Sapphire's like starting to look offended at this point.
Sapphire 2, I'm gonna have to ask you to stop bothering my boss, please.
Hey,
Everyone else in the party is
I'm
also
just
offended on
saying-
our behalf.
it's not every day someone walks in holding something your ex made, and she walks away.
What?
What the?
Ah! So you do know Red, then.
I do.
Ah,
I'd really like to know how all of you know her.
I don't.
That was the tower
Serendipity.
wizard, right?
yeah, that was the tower, Red.
She still hold up on Ameria then.
Yeah.
Good. Maybe she can freeze to death there.
Sapphire doesn't say anything, but her face definitely says, Jesus.
Oh, I'm playing we're not on that bad of terms. Maybe just some hypothermia. Anyway, well, fine. Out of respect for people who made friends with Red, you can call me Miss Novalis. And she seems like she's quite pained at ceding her name to Sapphire.
That's right.
Oh, not at all. Sapphire here on the left. This can be Sapphire the mineral, and Mr. Velis can be Sapphire the color, and then we have Sapphire and Sapphire.
That I'm still confused.
Perhaps it makes more sense to someone with no name.
I can see that being the case.
We can pronounce it differently. Got our boss Sapphire, then we have a Saphir.
But didn't she just say we can call her Miss Novalis? Doesn't that resolve everything?
Yeah, but it's not as fun, but fine.
I mean, if her name is Sapphire, we shouldn't be calling her Saphir. It'd be like calling you Scribe or something.
Yeah, at least pronounce it correctly.
Attend to me, scribe.
That sounds kind of like, yeah, like Squire, which, I don't hate, but fair. I've got called plenty of things that aren't my name before. Dumb goblin, useless trash. Hey, don't touch that.
Well, people don't like you.
Only on my past jobs.
You forgot shut up.
Yeah, yes, shut up, thank you. But all these people like me, so, I haven't really heard those in a while.
So Mr. Velis walks over to Squib, and she kind of crouches down. She goes, "People got good taste in names for you," and she offers a fist bump.
I don't know how to feel about that, but I'll take it. He returns the fist bump.
I'm feeling some mixed signals.
I appreciate someone who's self-aware.
In any case, Marty, would you care to explain the favor you're asking us?
Oh, right. So I pulled in some old help here because, well, I guess I can ask the robot to leave the room, and the robot goes, "That's right. My presence here has been requested by current House official staff." And Marty goes, "Well, I think you know the predicament and the feelings on the Lapissian reform." And the robot interrupts and goes, "Not until I share the latest platform as was requested by these guests." And he goes,
Dang it, see.
he goes,
Why?
"Anyway."
Everyone loves a good propaganda.
He goes, "If anybody can help us look into this and maybe get the nature of this, then..." Yeah, and so Mr. Vallis goes, "I see. So you brought 5 miscreants. Well, 4 miscreants and a former noble. I guess you kind of count as a noble. You were never really... Anyway, to help with official house matters. Is that right?" And she just kind of strides over looking at Marty. And he goes, "That's right." And she sighs and goes, "All right, well, now you." And she points to the robot. "What did you want to say?" "Ah, finally, my time to shine." And it goes as, "So, as part of the Lapissian Reform Pact, we would be merging the 5 houses into House Sagus. The Lapissian hegemony will reform into the Lapissian democracy and establish close trading ties with Sulune. We will, through this measure, have increased prosperity." And all of you notice that Sapphire, not Sapphire the party Sapphire, Miss Novalis, is slowly beginning casting a spell. And the Lapissian Reform Advisor continues, "And through this prosperity, Marcia Bay will come under one banner in due time. No longer will Marcia Bay, will Lapicia, will Sulune, will Siren Song be at the whims of the Amigurians, or the Apersians, or any other force. By uniting, we will. And as it continues talking, you see she casts a familiar spell, and you watch a superheated stream pierce from her hands and blast a hole right through the Reform Advisor, and it falls over as she casts Thermal Lance. And she sighs. And that's the third piece of junk they've sent in a month. They just keep sending those dumb propaganda bots, and I don't know where the hell they come from.
What?
Yeah,
Why did you destroy it?
Because it's spouting nothing but rubbish.
Nice technique.
Thank you.
it was.
I'm gonna go ahead and assume that all the other house officials are not surprised.
No, not at all. They seem to have kind of been glancing up from what they were working on to listen to this thing, and when she destroys it, they seem like they're a little relieved that shut up. There's no way in hell that House Sagittarius is wrong track. Sorry. That House Lazuli is going to merge with the other houses. You think we're going to just give up our power? I think everyone here has made that clear. Is that correct? And you do see people look up and nod.
Wait, did I misunderstand something? I thought Madame Sapphire here was the special advisor from
Sulune.
Sulune.
That's correct.
Fascinating.
Well, as he can no longer spout his point of view, may we hear yours?
Well, certainly. Biel's not around right now. They'll return later, but the official position of the current staff of House Lazuli is that we absolutely will not support a unification. What's the term? Unification reform. The houses of Lapicia exist for a reason and to check and balance each other. Simply creating one banner is just going to create chaos. That said, I was hired recently to assist and execute house matters like this.
Fine, execute.
That's what an advisor does, I'm sure you will remember. And she puts one hand on her hip.
Your execution seems flawless.
I like this one.
I'm surprised at your personal concern for this house, as I assume a special advisor would not belong to it.
What can I say? When I get a job, I want it done right. That would be my personal reputation on the line otherwise.
I suppose so. But, Madame Sapphire, I must object to your classification of us as miscreants.
I think it's only
Oh.
me, really.
He walks over and kind of kicks the robot. You wouldn't want to field accusations of hypocrisy, would you?
I said nothing about myself.
Hmm.
And she stands on the robot, and or as much as you can stand underwater with one foot. And she goes, "So what should I call you all then?" It seems you've come to help, so I suppose I can at least give you that courtesy.
Yeah, we could be. You want us like a team name? We could be Sapphire's Little Helpers.
He's dope.
Ooh,
Well,
I
when
like
it comes
the-
to business matters, our goblin here handles things. I'm going to pull out Squib's business card and hand it to her.
His eyes grow.
Well,
Squib will now die for
Squib
strangers.
Fitzgerald. Here for hire, huh? I like the idea of guns for hire. Especially when they're not attached to the house. Except for you, Sieg.
Well, is it possible he could just not use a gun? That would be fine.
You know, being a hired gun's not contingent on actually using a gun.
That seems misleading, but all right.
I'm not the one who came up with the term.
I'd be
Well,
out of a
the
job.
scrap heap. Yeah. The scrap heap suggested that his ties had expired. Now, that's in name only, but
That's technically
that's at least
correct.
plausible deniability.
That said, you've got Lazuli in your name, so someone could try and pin your actions on the house, but ultimately, I think we might be able to write things off as a coincidence. Now, and she turns to the others and goes, "Excuse us for a moment, we'd like to fill in our guests." And they all kind of turn and nod, and the door opens as they all kind of walk out. And they kind of make their way out to different parts of the area. And the door closes itself after a little bit. And the hole that was bored through from the thermal lance has begun closing itself up. So, you're here
Kinda
to...
interested.
So she sits down on the scrap heap now. And again, as much as you can be sitting underwater. And she goes, "So you're all here to help with opposing this nonsense reform measure, right?"
Well, we need to know more about this reform.
Well, anything I can help you about with it? I can tell you it's going to destroy the future of Lapicia. It's going to collapse any kind of power structure. You know.
As I have been off-world for the past couple years, perhaps you could simply explain it.
Right. Well, you know that the houses are always at each other's throats. The thing is, recently they haven't been. And these guys, and she points down under her leg to the robot she's sitting on, have been showing up the past few months to the other houses. And suddenly they've, suddenly been listening to them, and, I'm seeing internal policy changes in line with, supporting this reform. It's most of the people in charge of House Lazuli, including Real, says just it feels very artificial, and nobody seems to be able to explain where they're from.
Unfortunate. I had hoped that you knew. Sakura, you claimed the thing was communicating with you, outside of its normal mode of communication.
Is that
It-
right?
it was, I guess, telepathically speaking to me in my head in a strange language that I understood, but don't understand.
I have never heard about that. I wonder if that's been influencing other people, but at that point, why would it not try and do that here?
Also, doesn't telepathic robot sound kind of weird?
Yes.
I don't know. There's robots that communicate without They transmit messages non-audibly. That's not that
Like a
weird.
text.
I mean, I have echolocation, so I suppose it could have just spoken very, very quietly. But it said, what did it say? Unidentified user. It said recall request. What else? That it said that there was a order to rejoin, or it would initiate cleansing protocols. And then it said that communication would no longer be effective.
So she kind of swims up to almost a standing position, and she swims up till her face is like level with yours. And she goes,
Mm.
"Who are you, and what do you know about these?
I don't
maybe
know.
you're crazy."
I'm Socrates. I don't know anything about these robots. This is the first time I have run into one of them. I crashed on this planet a day ago.
From where?
And it's from outer space.
Well, yes. Where are you from, Sakura Talersi?
Originally, I'm from a Pershi.
A Perish. Wonder if these are from one of the damn Perishi corporations. And she kind of seems to be thinking to herself. But what business would Shiggs Valis and the Shiggs brothers or the Valis ARC have with futzing with Marcian politics? I suppose that makes sense of why they want to be able to protect themselves from the Amurians. That's another thing about this.
What is another thing about it?
I don't know if you all picked up what's kind of being set down in this term. But look, all I know is the people of Sulune and the people of Lapicia have put a lot of work towards not being at war. I don't know how much history you all read. I do. And so to suggest that we acquire the means to defend ourselves from the Amurians, we already have the means.
Is the means being friends? That's a good way to not fight.
The means is the military, and when the Amurians attempted to invade under the waves, they barely made progress. So, correct me if I'm wrong, the subtext they're looking for is a counter-offensive of some kind.
That sounds bad.
I agree. Sapphire being very quiet in the back.
Yeah, you feel like, boss, you have a very vested, no pun intended, vested interest in that not happening.
That was a good pun, Squib. Yeah, I mean, I don't want more with Marcy Bay either. So
Mr. Valis walks around and she kind of looks at Sapphire again, and she goes, "Are you Amurian? Like, we're gonna be cool to work together, right?"
I am very Amurian, yes. But I have no qualm with you or with anyone else from this planet.
That's cool. I'm not really from this planet either, but that's beyond the point. I'm
Well,
here,
whatever
and
planet you're from, I don't have a qualm with you.
that's good. And she kind of smiles and passive aggressively like tilts her head to one side. And she goes, "I just want to make sure I get my job done, and I don't need to pull any more tricks to get things working around here."
I'm just here to help Sieg, and if helping you is a means to that end, then I am on board 100%.
So I suppose our next steps then should maybe be to figure out where the hell these robots came from, what they're trying to do, and who's so interested in this reform that they seem to have infiltrated the other houses.
The way they talk in my fucking head.
Yeah, well, they talk in her fucking head. Wait a minute. I still don't understand that one. I've never heard anything about them talking in people's heads. I talk in people's heads. But, like, I'm not a robot, and I'm just trying to get a job, you know? Anyway. She kind of swims over and she goes, Marty, how'd you find these guys? And he goes, me and C go way back, and the others, well, they just kind of... Oh, one of them just fell out of the sky into our lap. And Marty kind of is rubbing the back of his head. I don't know if I should mention that I actually got followed up to the surface. And, we got jumped in Skyport Aquila. And, she turns and goes, you got jumped? By who? How is that any of my concern? And, Marty looks at all of you, maybe a little pleadingly since he was hiding behind the bar.
You see, what Martel is trying to say is that there were assassins waiting for us.
So, you went out for help somewhere, or to find a contact, and somebody thought it was worth tailing you and assassinating you.
Oh, no. They seemed intent on stopping me from returning.
Interesting. You must be more significant than I thought, and I already thought you were rather significant. She kind of strokes her hair a little bit as she thinks, and she's like, yeah. So I guess we need to figure out the source of these robots. Well, they first started showing up. Oh, wait a minute. Did you get a look at the people who tried to assassinate you? Were they wearing...
Do I have any memory of what they looked like?
I don't know how I would describe a karmic entity.
They were very like ninja robot, you know?
You do remember that there were assassin robots, and then you had another person kind of wearing power armor.
I mean, if you want to see exactly what they look like, it can be arranged.
Oh. And she's swims over, very interested in what Sapphire just said.
Squib, come here.
Ooh, is this the hologram spell?
Uh-huh.
Just give me your hand. This'll itch a little bit.
I trust you implicitly. And he hands over
All
his hand.
right. Sapphire casts holographic memory on Squib.
Okay. Let me double check. You reach into the target's mind.
Basically just looking for the memory of the fight so that you can have, still shots.
Okay. I assume Squib is fine to have this memory shown.
Yes.
Okay. You see Squib's perspective of the Karmic Iridia and the assassin robots that fought you in the bar. You see the security robot activating and being forcibly hacked and turned against all of you. Things teleporting around. I remember Squib went unconscious during that fight.
Think
I think
so
Squib
for
was
that one?
tunneling them and they ignored him for a bit. You see a very poignant moment where one of the robots looks at Squib and determines he's not a threat and moves on. There's a lot of detail, which you might associate with a traumatic memory. And that's the end of the holographic memory.
Somewhere in the middle of it, Sieg's gonna chime in as a, but that's what it looks like from down there.
Huh. These don't look like anything that I've seen, but they are most certainly there with a purpose. They don't match any of the house colors. If I had to guess, they have to do with our little uninvited guests here.
Do you think they or whoever sent them also sent this little pile of scrap?
She turns and goes, I mean, maybe, but I don't know. I don't know if there's anything even recoverable on this thing. I'm not a computers girl.
Sapphire turns and looks at C.
Sakura looks at Sieg.
Where did the hole get bored through this thing?
Basically center mass. You can find that maybe there's a port on the back that you could interface to. You're not sure what parts have survived or if it's even accessible. But you
I'd
can
like to try.
Sure. Give me an open computers check. All right. You're able to effortlessly connect, and you find a log of recent messages. You find a full copy in several languages of the Laplacian reform proposal. You spot some other just like system documents and things like that, including some names, things like that. Is there anything you'd like to look at?
Does it have any kind of directive?
Yeah. So you can see at a high level, there's a directive to spread the reform document, facilitate questions, and encourage cooperation, as well as with that computer check, you can also see that there is a I guess a source for the highest directive that just reads from Nephirim.
So as Sieg is sifting through the information, he's gonna turn to them and say, does the name Nephirim mean anything?
Marty and Sapphire just shake their heads a little confused.
That is the name of the programmer of the droid's directive.
Never heard that before, Miss Navella says.
Oh, well, it was worth a shot.
Guess we're
Was there
gonna-
anything else interesting on those system files that you were talking about?
There's a message log and there's like the system files, and those basically, I guess, are kind of like a general reporting of how things were going on the reform proposals. You see kind of like a graph showing that the other 4 houses are in, and that efforts should be focused towards House Lizzie.
One last thing. Is
Mhm.
there any record of the interactions that this droid has had?
Yes, that's the message log. So you see a log of all of the messages that it has, basically everything that it said to all of you before it was destroyed. And if you scroll
Does it
up enough,
include the telepathic conversation with Sakura?
yeah, so if you scroll up a bit, you see something that seems to be embedded within these conversations. It's actually a separate text file. And what it reads is it's talking about a unverified print, and the print is a capital, like, proper noun. Suggestion: reconnect to Nephirim to execute main directive in the Aurousan sector. And then there is an internal analysis followed by a message saying that appears to be rogue print. Subject is not intelligent enough to continue conversation with, and further communication proves futile. Consider escalating. And then you see bits of what Sakura.
Are there any other messages like this?
No, this is completely unique, separate from the rest of the log. But the way that it is formatted and written seems like it would belong with the system files.
Oh, I can't think of anything else that I'd want to get out of it.
All right. So you disconnect. Miss Navalis looks down and goes, "Well, find anything useful besides the name of some? I guess I'll get the boys on trying to figure out who this Nephirim is. We'll start looking at Pershi."
Well, while it may be a person, it may also be a database or group. The recording of the conversation with our friend Sakura here indicated that it needed to reconnect to it.
All right. So you don't know this, but this knows you.
I guess so.
Fascinating. Well, I'll accept that for now. As Navalis says. Well, is there any other information I can maybe help you with?
I guess on a more physical level, are there any maker's marks or serial numbers on the robot?
Um, you look around on this robot, and nothing of note seems to be present.
Not unexpected.
It's actually perfectly flawless in that regard. Um, Places you would expect to see maybe branding and things like that are just blank. Despite all this, it looks like it's been put together with pieces, like assembled.
Have you ever heard of a print before?
And Mr. Valos looks over and goes, "Are you talking to me?"
I don't think anyone else has, but
I mean, there's like a fingerprint or a 3D print, but I've never heard of a person being called a print.
You can print a person?
I mean, the tech for that sounds intense, but I suppose it's possible to clone someone.
Boss, do you hear that? We could have more squibs.
I don't know why that sends a shiver down my spine, but it was a very uncomfortable thought you have just voiced.
I don't know what you mean.
Nah, you can't replicate perfection.
What better way to curse someone than with a bunch more squibs, am I right?
Yes. Wait, curse.
Apparently.
Whatever.
So, how do we go about opposing this reform?
Well, something like this needs a unanimous vote, so for now, things seem kind of secure. If you need assistance with anything, you can probably contact Riel when they're back. But in the meantime, I can be your point of contact. And she kind of smiles with the power that she seems to have been handed as an advisor. But with that, I think I would maybe try visiting some of the other houses and seeing how they rely on these and how interconnected they've fallen to these saboteurs. And she kind of kicks the robot frame and it kind of floats away.
Yes, we truly do need to unravel the mystery of how these other houses would allow themselves to be rallied under Sage's law.
Right? And you can tell she wants to agree with you on principle, but there's not enough weight behind it that she actually knows why they should be opposing Sages.
Do you think if they corrupted another one of our crab friends, that would be a crabateur?
Corrupted a crab?
Well, like a hermit crab.
That did happen.
Wait. Okay. So y'all got followed by assassins, and then you found a corrupted crab. What happened to the crab?
Oh, Jeremy?
He had
Yeah,
a room with Martel.
Oh, he's chill now.
we beat him up until he was chill. And he kind of beat us up until we were chill.
Seems fine in my book.
We thought so too.
So
Perhaps the heads of the other houses have been killed and replaced with robots.
that's what I've been saying.
Maybe they're all prints. I have no idea.
So then who were you meant to replace? Like, who did they kill to replace with you? And Mr. Valis kind of points at Sakura. She's kind of doing that thing of like the person with the red strings on the corkboard, like insane shit.
No one. I know.
Who's gonna ask me?
I'm nobody. I don't know.
But don't put yourself down like that. You're Sakura, number 1.5 employee of this wonderful group we have, and in our hearts, you're always number one.
Are you calling her 1.5 so she's a little behind you, or because she's so much bigger?
Because she's huge.
Okay, I thought so.
Kind of hard to get through doors.
And yet you try.
I do try to get through doors. This is true.
Hey, it's probably not her fault that the doors aren't designed for her.
It's not.
Only problem. How many of you have met a dragon, Ken?
Could y'all imagine that? Bumping your head on doors? I definitely could not.
Mr. Vallis goes, I mean, we don't see a ton of them under the waves, but by no means rare. Or and kind of swims out a little over Squibs like, don't tell me you, Miss Amiguria, are gonna claim you haven't seen any there.
I've seen plenty of Dragon Kid. I know Sakura before when we were younger.
Oh, when you're still friends?
I mean, we kind of just met randomly, and then she just showed back up. So we are friends again.
So you haven't tried to kill each other?
No,
No.
Okay, you're ahead of me then.
you regularly kill
What?
your friends?
No. Just when they're a total bitch.
I feel like there's a story here.
What's the criteria to be a total bitch, by the way?
I don't know. Why don't you go ask Red herself?
Do we have her number?
I have her number.
Can you ask?
No.
Sapphire pulls out her phone and just texts Red, "Hi, we met your ex, and we're curious. What's the qualifications for being a total bitch?"
She sends you a bunch of question marks back, like 20 question marks. And you can imagine hearing it in her voice that she would say something like, where the hell did you find Sapphire?
I know I'm Sapphire.
No, I mean not you, the other Sapphire. That's the only ex I can think of that would be anywhere around. Please don't tell me she's done anything to you. If she has, I'll come fix it myself.
Oh no, she hasn't done anything. She's just here on Marcy Bay.
Oh, and let me guess, she's wormed herself into some position using a bunch of enchantment magic.
Sapphire sends 5 laughing emojis.
Let me guess, she's got into some high-level position, manipulating people and using magic willy-nilly like it's some toy. I was not a total bitch. I'm not the first one who used a fireball.
And
You're
we're
gonna have to
moving
tell
on.
me that story later.
Squibs is staring at Sapphire as she like types back and forth. Like, is she giving a list?
Sapphire just like turns the phone to Squib to show him the conversation.
Steve's been reading all along.
There's another text that just pops up while Squib's reading. It says, how are you telling each other apart?
Squib adjusts his, empty, non-functioning goggles and reads. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot to unpack there, actually.
Shall we settle on a course of action?
That sounds like a good idea.
I believe the suggested course was to visit the other houses.
He has to figure out if anything seems weird about all of them. That's a good start.
Maybe if
Oh,
we show
sure.
one up to one of them, they got a bunch of robots. We'll kind of know.
I clicked on the Marcia Bay map as if it was going to tell me the names of the houses.
Oh, sorry, let me make the Lapicia map shown to players, sorry.
I think there are two good options for whom to visit first. That would be either House Azurios, because they're the closest, or House Sagius, because that's the proposed unifying banner.
I feel like we should visit the unifying banner. She has like air quotes. Last, once we have all of our information on what the other houses look like.
A fine course of action.
That seems good.
Anything to visit the insufferable House Sagius last.
That bad, huh?
It's too right.
What? Why are they so bad?
I've never met him.
You'll
I don't
see.
know.
Do they like speak only in rhymes or sing everything? Some other like crazy weird gimmick like that?
No, I'm pretty sure that house died out a long time ago.
Oh, good.
Hmm. Do we think we can visit every house in a single day? Actually, what time is it today? Right now.
It's a little later in the afternoon, like about, we'll say like 3 or 4 equivalent.
Probably not. No more than one then.
It took you about an hour to get over here on the drive.
I just don't want to show up anywhere when it's dark.
Uh, so, Mrs. Vallis takes out a data pad, and she seems to look at each of you one by one as she's typing something on it with her other hand. And she goes up and she kind of like looks at Marty. And she goes, "You know, I'm not a cop or anything, but you're like really behind on your hours for this month." And Marty kind of goes, I know. When you get demoted to Gopher Boy, it kind of you seek more lucrative work. And she goes, "Look, I'm just saying, if anybody else scans you, couldn't hurt to brush those up a bit." And Marty's like, "Suppose I should smooth things out here a bit." So Marty looks at y'all and goes, "I can give you all a ride back if you're still going to stay at my place, so you can probably stay here at the house." And Mr. Vallis interrupts him and goes, "Yeah, pay and accommodation should be assumed." Anyway, as you were, and she turns over to Marty, who's like, I have some things to take care of here, but you all will be okay on your own, right?"
I believe
think
so.
All right. So if you'd like some information on maybe some of the political leanings of the different houses, you can maybe give me a society check blind, or if you have a appropriate Mercia Bay related lore.
Ah, yes, Lord Dragon can.
Augmentation lore will serve me well.
Hey, maybe one of the houses are augmentation.
Imagine not being master in a bunch of skills.
I am master in 4 skill,
One skill. 2, I guess.
but 2 of them are lores.
Okay. Sieg, it's been a minute for you, and you're having a little trouble recalling more past the, I guess, power structure of the houses, and there's a lot of past conflicts that you helped mediate. Sakura, however, you remember doing some research when you were planning out heading out to Marcia Bay. And one thing that you had maybe gotten a little too focused researching was the houses. So you know that House Azuros is one of the very traditional houses. They are rumored to have gotten their name from another planet that's just no longer part of the Aurousan system. That said, they tend to believe in the ways that they do things, and they do things because that's how they've been done. House Lazuli generally prefers finding a straightforward path to things. They've never been one to really adapt to change well, but at the same time, you wouldn't say they're set in their ways. House Piscialis, their manner of approaching things has always been somewhat of a mediator, which has been a bit of a drag, given the fact that there are intentionally 5 houses, so that there could never be a tie. and they'll generally prefer to wait and see on, a lot of things, but not everything, since they seem to have adopted the new ordinance. House Sagius strongly believes in a time when the Lapissian hegemony controlled a much larger part of Marcia Bay and had a much larger part of view, and really hopes that things would go back to those times. And lastly, House Anemonia, you might know that they they see the value in those. They also see the value in the balance of the way things are right now, but they like to make sure that people don't forget the past of Marcia Bay. We'll just say that. And by that, that is the Amurian invasion and having to push them off their planet.
Sakura will relay all this to the party.
Well, I know which one I shouldn't go with you all to.
We could disguise you in like a big trench coat or something.
Couldn't we just lie?
What I will say that Sieg
Ooh.
remembers is some information about the wards that each part of the city make up. So you're all in the cultural ward, which is mostly known for things like art and cultural tradition and things like that. House Lazuli and House Piscialis are in that ward. House Sagius and House Azuros and House Anemonia. Well, not Anemonia, they're in the Abundance ward. House Sagius and House Azuros are in the Innovation ward, which you will see a lot of focus of like tech and military training, weapons production, that kind of thing. The Abundance ward is where a large amount of the population resides. There's a lot of farming and textiles. It's a little more rural. And the last ward is the southeast one. None of the houses currently reside there. Is the Heritage ward. There's a lot of heavy manufacturing, steelworks, or production, or manufacturing and refinement, that sort of thing. So, which house would you all like to visit?
Well, Azuros is the closest. I would maybe suggest Piscialis because they are the most out of the way. We're already close to them. If we go to Sagias last, then it'll be a long trip out there again unless we go directly from House Azuros, and now seems like a good time to visit. And we could maybe talk to Azuros on the way back.
That seems reasonable, yeah.
Works for me.
I was considering Piscialis myself, but I question the value of speaking with the dedicated fence sitter faction.
It might be worth finding out why they kind of changed from that norm, though.
Yes, aren't they no longer fence sitting?
They have very much chosen a side of the fence, it seems.
Hmm. It just may have been. It may be useful to gather more context on that. But I can't deny it's the most convenient.
It is convenient.
Well,
So, shall we?
All right.
when you have nothing better to guide your evaluation, might as well go with convenience.
All right. Doing a little background work. We have a few minutes just to load this map.
We have to start somewhere.
All right. Sorry for that. You all make your way up towards House Piscialis. I believe that was where you're going.
Correct.
Okay. And what you see is a large structure that is somewhat similar to the other one. Though it's a little more grand and a little bigger. And you all, swim to it over the course of say like an hour or two, a little later in the day. I'll drop party tokens real quick. And you see, around there is undersea flora and fauna on this giant building. You see drones flying around, maintaining bits of the flora, carrying packages around, transporting things, cleaning things. Here we go. All right. You're all free to move around, swim around where you would like.
I see my favorite variety of construct.
One of them's here too, huh?
Could I not get close?
You're our only point of contact, unfortunately. Unless you'd
Don't
rather.
worry. I got you back.
Thank you, Squib.
I don't know what I'm going to do to help, but I'm here.
So one of the house officials who's talking over here is an android, and they walk over to all of you and they go, "Hey, none of you look familiar. Welcome to House Facialis. What can we help you with today?"
Yeah, my partner here has got something to ask, I think.
Oh, your partner. And they kind of look between who in the party is gonna speak up.
Don't mind him. We're surveying the houses on their opinions on the Reformation movement.
Oh, oh, huh.
And we understand this is a heated subject in some areas, so we're simply armed to defend ourselves.
You're not gonna need weapons here. It's not that kind of heated subject, but I mean, it's really not a heated subject unless you're kind of some those sticks in the buds from House Lazuli.
Oh, what's House Lazuli up to?
I mean,
Give us the
the gains from the reform are clear. We don't need a hegemony anymore. What we need is a central unifying. I hate to use empire because that's what the Amigurians use, and they invaded us, But we kind of need something central so that we don't have to go through all these back and forth with the houses to get simple things like tax budgets and funding passed. That should be pretty simple. And besides, if we end up to incorporate an ally with Sulune, that pretty much rules out any kind of war in the future.
I'll nod sympathetically.
So,
Too right.
It's really not the most important matter right now, but it's kind of inevitable that it'll come to pass, don't you think?
I hear the proposed nomenclature for the unification is the what was it, the Marcian democracy?
Yeah. I mean, the houses are still going to have some function in, legislature and things like that. It'll just be a single house. And some of the other officials walk over to talk with all of you.
Oh, that's too many.
And you say it's inevitable?
An audience knows.
I don't know about inevitable. I mean, some things are inevitable, some things are not.
Yeah. Death, taxes, and the end of the hedge money?
Is that like money that comes from a hedge?
That's what you guys keep saying, the hedge money.
No, the hegemony.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Oh, you're a Padfoot, aren't you? And they kind of scratch
Scrib-
their head.
Squib looks at his feet.
He is quite a character, isn't he?
Yeah.
Can I go back to not talking?
So what brings you below the waves? And they kind of walk a little closer to Squib. You're not really here to find information on this reform, are you?
Oh, that's as surprising as we are.
What do you mean? What else would we? Why else would I be visiting?
You know, if I were Padfoot, I'd probably be pretty worried about all the powers under the sea uniting too.
What are you talking about?
I don't know that it would affect me necessarily, or any of us really. Gesturing at the group.
Sapphire, what's a padfoot?
We are
It means you're
somewhat
from
of
the
a
surface.
band of. Oh, we're trying to do two
Oh.
things at once. You go ahead.
Oh, is it? It means you're from the surface.
Then yes? Question mark.
If we're from anywhere, it's from the stars, really.
That's actually true. And if you think about it, space is kind of just like the sea, but like up.
And without water, don't forget that.
Yeah, that's kind of an important thing.
It's closer than the land.
That's like
you know?
saying that space is the same as above the sea with air, but without air. So it's not the same thing at all.
Yeah, but there are ships that go in the sea and there are ships that go in the air. But there's not like if you have a land ship, it's a car.
No, there's land ships too.
But it's a car or like a truck.
No, but there's plenty of cars and like atmospheric flight vehicle. Oh my god.
Squid, please be reasonable. These nice people don't have time to explain boats to you.
Oh
Okay,
no,
I'm sorry.
This is great. This is a better use of my lunch break than I've had in ages. And the other two kind of turn and look at them and like, hey.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. Would it be okay if we walked around and spoke to a few other people here? We'll
Oh,
leave
yeah.
afterwards.
Oh yeah, please no, take your time. We'll leave you be. If you need anything, just I mean, hell, if you want, excuse me, heck, if you want to talk to you're so interested in the Lapisean reform, there's one of the advisors who's here from the group of them. So you're welcome to talk to them. They're
Oh,
pretty
where
open
could I
about it.
find them?
And one of them points here, and you see one working kind of like on a data pad while kind of talking to someone who's working on a data pad as well. There's one of them right there.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Good luck.
You too.
It's like someone says, it's like someone gives you some food, it's like, enjoy, and you say you too.
No, because he said good luck, kind of like, an asshole. So I said you too, kind of like an asshole.
It was very good work, Squib. You put
I don't
them
even
in
know
their
what happened.
You're doing good. I think.
It's important to encourage Squib when he does well.
Well, Sakura, if
Sorry,
you
did
could
I get this information? I don't know what.
Yes, and
I'll take it.
Sakura, if you could get a little closer to that robot, and if it bothers you at all, simply step away. That's okay.
All right.
All right, so is
Wait,
Sakura
swims
gonna
up.
just climb up this platform?
Well, we're underwater, right?
Yeah, you're gonna swim up this platform, basically.
She has wings and she flies normally anyway, so
That's. I mean, my point
taking
is you're just gonna swim straight up to this platform over this. Okay.
Yeah.
I assume squibs are the same.
Yeah.
So the
Surprise.
official who's working seems startled by all of you just appearing at this slightly raised platform. Goes, hi, can I help you all?
We're told we could tour.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just doing some bookkeeping and things like that.
I
Oh, you're like
apologize for my
a bookie?
associate's behavior.
I love bookies. It's great to
Well,
meet you.
Yeah, and she kind of sets the data pad down on this. Goes, so you must all be visitors from probably in town. What are you all here for?
Oh, we are doing a survey on the idea of unification. We're told the little robot up here had some interesting thoughts.
Certainly, the robot starts talking out loud to all of you. Says, the Laplacian reform amendment has a 67% approval rating with the public. There is overwhelming support from House Sagis, House Piscialis, House Azuros, and House Anemonia. House Piscialis has the most recent to join this pact. With the combination of the houses, the prosperity and abundance is set to come to Lapicia, and soon Sulune and all of Marcia Bay. And it's kind of the similar thing you heard from the other one.
Wow,
But it's
that
not-
is fascinating.
It's not talking in Sakura's head.
No.
Hmm.
Can I ask you a few more survey questions, robot friend?
Why, yes, Goblin friend. I would love to be
Yes,
asked questions. It is my primary directive to explain things when asked.
So, considering your stance on this, unification, what's your favorite color?
Green.
Oh, good answer, good answer. And Squib taps something on his data pad. Would you say that your what's a good name that you've heard recently?
Charles.
Yeah. And then do you have any ability to telepathically speak to Dragonkin?
So that's an odd question, and
It's very
rather
standard
pointed.
questionnaires.
No, I don't possess any telepathic capabilities. Your friend here, I assume this is the Dragonkin in question. Have you had hallucinations of being spoken to by robots?
Merely coincidence.
I see. Based on web results, it would be suggested to talk to a medical professional. Should I help you find a medical professional now?
If we run into any Dragonkin that do have that problem, because again, it was just a standard. It's a pretty standard survey question from where we're from. We'll get them help.
According to my summary, there are no locations in my database in which that is a standard survey location, which would indicate that you are lying.
No, I mean the last two questions I asked were pretty standard, right? And I've got two more.
I'd love to hear them.
If you had the ability to consume food, and maybe you do, what would you say your favorite dish is?
And it seems to kind of sit there, and whatever text was moving on the screen seems to kind of hang for a second. Rusted bolts. Does that make me a cannibal?
No, that we get that answer a lot. I can't really tell you.
There was a cereal that was in production for the Apersian station called Rusted Bolts, which ran for 3 months before finding out that market research showed that no one would buy it. Common remedies include shooting yourself out an airlock, returning to the surface, and buying a better product.
Okay, final survey question. Does a set of all sets contain itself?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you. That's very informative. We appreciate
Yes.
the time.
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
I
Thumbs
I
up.
think you broke
Yes.
it.
A set of all resetting. Set. And it seems to kind of glitch out for a second and goes, right, so your favorite color is green. My favorite color is green too. Would you like to help explore some products that may be green?
Green 2.
You know what?
Sequel.
I'll have to call you back on that one. That's a great idea. But for now, thank you for your time.
My pleasure. If I can help you with anything else, one moment. And it kind of falls behind Squib. Would you like a copy of the Lapissian Reform referendum?
Yes.
We have this available in several languages.
Think of it, galactic common. You know,
Yeah, alright, he gives it to you in Aurousa common. And
Rosen
beams it to your
common.
data pad.
Thank you. Squib whispers. Now I'm getting information. A sleuth.
You're doing excellent.
You get you a monocle.
And the lady who was talking to you goes, I've never seen it react so what's the word? Lively. Did you all have any other questions?
When did it show up?
Oh, I don't know, a few months ago? We were hiring for, an advisor, and, House Piscialis, with most of the other houses, I hope, is an equal opportunity employer, so just because something claims to be artificial life doesn't mean it can't get a job or, things like that. And really, this referendum is brilliant, so no surprise that there was a shoo-in.
Yes. Very brilliant. Did it tell you where it is from, or did it just show up at the interview?
Oh, it's in the employee record, but that's, protected information. You can't just ask someone where they're from. That could cause hiring discrimination.
Oh.
So true, bestie.
Hang on just a second.
Like-
I'm gonna roll to not show the pain on my face.
Okay.
Okay, I'm doing a great job.
Yeah. Look, I'm just saying, my family is from Siren Song, and without that, I probably couldn't have gotten the job here. It was really hard to try and get a job outside of Lapicia without Lapician citizenship.
Huh.
That does sound like a challenge. How'd you pull it off?
Well, I applied for a job online and I got it. Like I said, hiring discrimination based on citizenship is, strictly speaking, legal. I'm sure there are places that get around it anyway, but
What site did you use? I never had great luck with a lot of them.
It's called Hey Greg.
Okay. Well, I
I
mean,
guess
I'm
the
very
owner
happy
was
with my
called
current
Greg or
job.
something, and was like, if I want to be hired, I gotta be like Greg. I don't know.
We could all be a little bit like Greg sometimes.
Oh, don't be gregarious. Yeah, that's the error page whenever something breaks. Anyway, yeah, it's like that or like linked out.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, again, just to be very clear to anyone with earshot, very happy with my employment, but it's always good to know.
What do you-
Just put your resume on Gobster.com.
So, besides doing a survey on political issues, what do you do?
I'm like a professional problem solver for my boss over there.
Oh, okay, so you're like a hired gun.
And Squib looks at his
Without the gun.
across his shoulder with the gun. He's like, oh yeah, I mean that's pretty accurate.
I know what a problem solver is. That's cool. I'm from Siren Song. I get it.
Sometimes I talk the problems out.
Just
I'm very good at that.
That's good. That's talking. And you can tell she's kind of following along that she thinks you probably beat people up.
Good flutters his eyelashes. Speaking of talking, this conversation has run its course. Thank you for your time.
Oh,
Yes, thank you.
yeah, of course. Good luck. And she walks over and picks up her clipboard. And she walks back to the advisor, and it's kind of continues like talking to her about things as she's like taking notes. Green, 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 green. It just continues looping, and then it will occasionally like make like a fumbled sound with words, and then go on to talking about like normal topics, and then it every once in a while will just like loop saying like green.
I really didn't think
Blizzard.
yeah, I really didn't think the sets thing would actually work, but here we are.
You have incredible power.
Someone's just gonna
Well, I
start.
think we've accomplished enough here today. Why don't we start our way out?
Someone really needs to introduce themselves as like drop table users.
Oh, that can be Stranger's real name.
Stranger's real name. Drop table name.
That's great.
Drop table users.
My name is too dangerous to share.
Only in a
All right,
secluded
now,
forest.
now Squib, that was
Stranger's name is clearly null pointer exception.
Stranger can be
The-
Greg.
Null Terminator.
Oh my god.
Favorite enemy.
All right, is Sakura joining everyone swimming out, or does she have more business here?
Yeah, she's showing everyone.
What were you saying, stranger?
All right, Squib, now you did an excellent job figuring out your anti-robot tactics. Please don't talk to any more robots
You got it.
unless we're fighting them.
I can talk with,
You never
This.
know when that one AI might come back.
Squib shudders.
Squib's
Oh.
just practicing for that. Sakura never got to meet the girly pop uwu AI.
Probably,
Tragically, no.
All right.
Valley Girl GLaDOS.
I assume you're all leaving House Piscialis.
Indeed.
Okay. So make your way to back out to main city of Lapicia, and I assume you would like to go over to another house, or where would you like to go?
I'd probably manage Jurios.
Seems like a plan to me.
All right.
I'm in.
I think all the robots have decided I am dumb, and also perhaps we should ask them about that name and see what their reaction is.
So you all make yourself to House Azuros, and it's basically the same kind of buildings as the other ones that you've seen. I don't specifically have a map for every house, so we're gonna. hang
Okay,
on
I
a
was
little
curious.
bit. Yeah, no. But you can basically find the same kind of set of people around like a courtyard. There's just various like house officials that are, the people in House Azuros all kind of have like uniforms on, like you might have like a legal firm or things like that. They're all dressed pretty nicely. And there's also a couple of the robots around that you find. So, is there anyone in this area you'd like to go talk to?
Am I safe to assume that we're going to find a similar suspicious homogeneity of opinion on the referendum?
I think mostly, like if you talk to, let's say like you're in the courtyard and a merfolk swims up to you, and they're just like, I assume you're gonna ask them about this, and you'll probably get kind of similar where some people are like, it's really different and it's kind of worrisome. This merfolk says to all of you. Like, but I do think it's a good idea. I think things have kind of been stagnant for a while, and it's worth trying something new. It's, it's still gonna be Lapicia. It's just gonna be structured a little differently,
Yes, it sounds very normal.
Okay, I was curious. I was waiting for the keyword inevitable. I was like,
No,
but
I mean,
nope, not this time.
She replies to Sakura and goes, I mean, I wouldn't say it's normal. It's actually going to be pretty abnormal compared to how the house system, but the houses are still going to contribute to policy and things like that. It's just a little different.
They'll all still contribute and one house to rule them all, right?
Kind of.
Hmm.
I mean, the 5 houses are going to work together, but like the powers are going to be divided a little differently. There's going to be like a central ruler.
Hmm. And you are excited at the idea of a central ruler?
Yeah, getting like, I don't know. I don't have to go to the Grand Collective very often, but I do see the news feeds about how things can get stuck in committee for months and months and just talking and arguing and, oh, get this line out of here. Can you put a period here? And, oh, you missed a comma here. It's so much stuff just goes nowhere. Why can't someone just make decisions? It doesn't matter what they are.
Hmm.
That's just my personal opinion. So I see unifying things and simplifying some of this. I mean, decisions are going to be made one way or another. And, Lapicia is already in a pretty good position. Barely got touched during the war. Lune and Siren Song aren't going to threaten us, and the Padfoot's up and Skyport Aquila certainly aren't going to threaten us.
That's true, that does sound very useful.
Interesting, though. I mean, these decisions are being made, but does it really not matter who's making them?
I mean, that's just a future detail. We don't need to worry about it right now. We'll take care of that later.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay, I see.
The important thing is getting this infrastructure in place.
I see. Well, thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you for your time. What was your name again?
Oh, I don't have a name.
What?
Thank you for asking, though.
Well, my name's Sheila, so if you feel like telling me your name or don't worry. I'm not gonna like feed your name to an AI to train on or something. We actually respect PII, unlike those weirdos at House Andamonia.
Oh, interesting. What did House Andamonia get up to?
Well, they had a bunch of collected PII on people who were affiliated with House Andamonia, and you know what happened? They got their data breached. They're like, oh, well, that won't happen to us. Well, guess what? Just don't collect data if you don't want it breached. Simple as that.
Oh my goodness, that sounds terrible.
Yeah. Now people over in the Abundance Ward are dealing with scams and identity theft and all sorts of shit like that. Stuff like that, sorry.
It's okay if you swear. We won't tell anybody.
HE double hockey stick.
No, moreover, I don't want to build a habit because if I get seen in front of the senior house affiliates, officials, whatever their stupid title is, I could lose my job. So it's better not to make a habit of it, you know?
Yeah, no, that's fair.
I understand.
I ran by a bunch of, and she kind of like leans in close, and she's like, a bunch of sticks in the sand, you know? It's like, oh, dress a certain way for work, and don't say anything too offensive. Who even acts like that? A bunch of people
I
have
have no
outlived
idea.
their hatching. If you ask me.
I guess. Yeah.
My boss lets me swear at work.
You can say whatever the fuck you want, Squib.
Yeah.
Then again, I don't really remember the last time I've seen any of them on site. They always just call in for town halls and meetings. They used to, though.
When did that start?
I think
COVID.
COVID.
a few weeks. No. And she kind of seems like she's really digging, and she's like, it wasn't a year ago. I think the last one we had in was like tide season, and that would have been 6 months ago, but it wasn't quite till wax season, and so that was 3 months. I guess about 3 or 4 months ago.
And when did the advisors arrive?
Oh, I don't know, about 4 or 5 months ago. The first few months, they weren't even allowed on site, but, after a while, they're like, oh, yeah, we can... They've got a great proposal. We'll hand them a good voice for this. And, like, okay, but, like, why don't you promote from within instead of hire from outside?
That is an excellent question.
A tale as
There's-
old as time.
There's plenty of people here who would make great proposals, and people who have suggested this kind of thing. Anyway, just my work ranting. If you... Don't tell anyone I said any of this, please.
Of course not.
Of course.
Speak a word.
Right. I mean, sometimes it feels like all the senior house officials don't even talk to us anymore. We used to get reports once a quarter on how things were doing. And they weren't just about the 5 houses. They would be about all of Lapicia. I mean, they would be about Sulune of Siren Song. They would talk about goings-on and other planets even, and the Shigs Felice Combine, and the over on Amuria, and hell, we even just every once in a while used to get expeditions to Telekron talked about. I mean, it's just... Aurousa's bigger than just House Azeros,
Oh yes, it's very familiar.
And now all they talk about is linking the houses, and I do think it's a good idea overall. It's different, Not how things you were. But you can't always be afraid of change all the time.
True.
Very true. Very true. Well, this has been very educational. Thank you very much for your time once again.
Yeah, of course. If you want to have any more questions, you can just come find me. But if you have anything bad to say about me, or maybe that I said too much, you don't know who I am. And she kind of smiles, like, slightly.
I would never endanger my sources.
And if you're hiring independently, and she pulls out a business card and hands it to Squib.
Oh, and here's our card. My card, but I represent the party in many ways. Squib hands his card and trades.
And she looks at the card and she kind of squints at it and she goes, "Wait a minute, you guys are Padfoots. What are you doing down here? I mean, not you." And she points to Sieg. And she
Is that so strange?
I mean, a little bit. I mean, most people who spend most of their time on land have a hard time breathing underwater. It seems like you've got tools for it, but I guess... I don't know.
Well, he's a valued associate, and we're simply here on his behalf.
It must be nice to be a valued associate. And she kind of
It
smiles
is.
slightly again. Maybe I should look for a new job somewhere, huh? And she's kind of like, oh, sorry. Like, she's like thinking out loud, and she's like, forgot that people are listening.
Our lips are sealed.
You deserve happiness.
Well, thanks for the card. And she's holding the card, and it's like dissolved at this point.
No, I laminated him, I think. Didn't we talk about that?
Oh,
You
are they
did?
laminated?
I laminated him. I think I thought about
Okay.
that.
Okay, then it's definitely not dissolved, but she is kind of looking at it, and she's kind of like picking at the lamination.
Squid's prepared.
So ready.
I'm amazed that came up, but yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I guess if you have any other questions, you can always come visit House Azuros. We're actually having a culture talk in about 3 weeks.
Well, fascinating.
Yeah, my
I hope we
department's
can hang around that long.
Yeah, my department's going to be talking about the history of Marcia Bay and specifically Lapicia and things like that. So it should be interesting. Yeah. It's going to be we're having some. I don't mean this as an insult or anything, but we're having some of the secondary schools bring students out and things like that. But sometimes the older folks come out because they just like seeing that traditions are appreciated and things like that.
That
Yes,
sounds
that
lovely.
makes sense.
Older folks, such as the senior members of staff.
They don't really usually bother with these kind of things. If they've got meetings, they'll just prioritize those. I just mean like retired citizens and those kind of people.
Mhm.
I mean, he'd know, but if you ever see like a Lapicean flag with like a broken anchor on it, they tend to have pretty strong opinions on Lapicia. So I'd steer clear.
Understood. Avoid the broken anchors.
Yeah, close enough. I don't know all of your political leanings and things like that, but
I mostly ignore politics.
good. Keep it that way, unless it's your job.
It is not.
Good. Keep it that way.
Thank you.
Anyway,
I will do so.
I've got a meeting to go to. Sorry, I feel free to look around though. And if you're curious about the reform, there's actually a couple of the advisors who are here. Out in the courtyard, and she kind of points to a far building.
Okie dokie, artichoke.
It was nice meeting you all. Again, my name is Sheila. I'm sorry that none of you have names except for Squib, but farewell.
Bye.
Farewell, Sheila.
And she swims off into a building.
Do we want to talk to more of these advisors?
I don't know that anyone else here is going to be more instructional than Sheila.
Oh, I meant the when she said advisors, I think she means the robots. So we can try and talk to more robots.
I'm not sure what we can glean from these robots.
I mean, we'll have a look around for a robot. Might as well while we're here.
All right. Are you all approaching the pair of advisor robots?
I'm having to close and reopen the tab because it has a memory leak or something.
Oh. All right. You all approach the pair of robots, and they seem like they were kind of idling, and now they kind of seem to have come to life, and they look at all of you. And goes, "Oh, welcome. Are you interested in hearing about the Lapissian reform measures. None of the 5 of you appear to be members of House Azeros.
You know, there's nothing I would like more.
Wonderful. And they almost seem to be like completing each other's like sentences. And they basically tell you similar things that you have heard about prosperity and streamlining of political decisions, things like that.
Are there any prints involved in this process?
The reform is distributed digitally. However, it may be possible to print if you desire to have a printed copy, though it is 178 pages, so please make sure to be responsible to the environment.
Hmm. Why is it
A
so
digital
long?
copy would be great.
Sure. Which language would you prefer? And they hold out a data pad, and there's, every language in the system.
Aurousa Common will do fine, thank you.
Sure. And they kind of hold out a little device to beam it to your data pad. And it is the same copy that Squib got.
Hmm.
But nothing untoward happening to Sakura.
No, Sakura doesn't feel like anyone's probing her mind or anything like that.
Interesting. I guess Lazuli being the only house that needs influencing.
I think it's because they decided I was too stupid. Because the last message was something about print has rogue print has low intelligence. Further communication will not be useful.
You're not a rogue.
Aw.
You had the wrong person.
I don't know why it talked in my head at all. So maybe.
Do characters in games know their own class?
I meant like a roguish, individual.
You can if you want.
But thank you for saying I am not sketchy.
Of course.
Who are you saying that to?
That was directed at Sieg, but
Okay.
the robot can thank her.
Of course, I would not say a interested potential voter or supportive voter might be sketchy. That would be considered rude.
Who created you, by the way? I've seen a lot of you around. You seem to be very popular.
Searching. 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 And it seems to be stuck in this like thinking loop.
Did we break it?
And it's like its physical movements seem kind of like slow and stilted, like it's clearly hanging trying to think who built it. Information was not provided to this unit. My apologies. Could I help you with another inquiry?
Do you know where you were made?
Logs seem to be inconsistent with date of hardware. This information is not present on this unit.
Where's the first place you woke up?
And the robot kind of turns and looks at the other robot, and they're trying to like. Sieg would probably pick up that they're communicating to each other in binary and trying to quickly communicate in shortwave to help fulfill Sakura's request. And they both just kind of point somewhere a little outside of, like they're not specific, but they're just like a little outside of Lapicia. But it's incomplete and fragmented. Why? What about you? Where are you from? Who made you?
My parents made me, and I'm from a Spershi.
Ah, a Persian. What brings you to Lapicia?
I was on a ship that crashed, and then I found these people and took on. I joined the company. Did I do say that right, Squib?
Yes.
Great.
Part of the
Thank the...
crew.
And the robot goes, thank the Tide Mother that you're okay.
Well, thank you. Hmm.
Thank you, Tide Mother.
Thanks, Mom.
Tell me, are any of you helping the senior advisors?
Certainly,
house?
we interact with all sorts of staff at the house, the senior officials, the low-level officials. As advisors, it's our job to ensure the success of House Azeros. So, of course, we interact with all levels of the company to improve efficiency. Well, the house. I guess it's kind of like a company. House. Company. Distinction. Unclear. House. And like it's once again seems to be looping. And the other one takes over and says, yes, we do interact with all levels of staff as part of our directive to help with the Lapician reform.
Hmm. And when you're assisting the senior house members, do you just go to their house to assist them?
Of course, we go to House Azeros, where their workplace is. Of course, we don't go to their personal residence. That would be unprofessional, and could be considered a threat in certain parts of Lapicia, Sulune, and Siren Song.
What if it was like their birthday, though, and you want to show up with a cake?
Oh, HR recommends that all employees avoid bringing sweets to prevent allergic reactions and political poisonings.
That makes sense.
This is House Policy, subsection 34 of Chapter 48, Delta Theta heading Alpha 1.
Hmm. Well, I think I've asked all the questions I'm going to ask.
That's a relief.
Why is that?
My processing power has been greatly strained by the questions you asked. You would be a great politician.
Oh, please don't say that. Ugh.
You have a mind that is eager to bend the mental sanity of others, though I suppose mental sanity could be a close approximation to processing power and aggressively draining battery reserves.
Wait, I just punch things. I don't try to
Please
drive
don't
people
punch me.
insane. I'm not going to punch you. I'm just saying I don't drive people insane.
Oh,
Why?
and the other
Why
robot
would you imply that?
The other robot pipes up and goes, he did not mean to offend. She only did not want to avoid getting punched.
Or no punching, no punching.
We apologize for customs that may not be common. Sorry, were there any other questions you had? And both of the robots seem to be a little intimidated by Sakura now. Defensively shutting down, and both of them
Okay.
seem to look in agreement, and they kind of look like they've powered down a bit, and they just kind of slump. And you see a little picture of a ostrich on their screen.
That's a good tactic. I should steal that.
Really, it's like a turtle, but you know.
Right, I think we may have taken up enough of their time today. Why don't we head back and take advantage of those accommodations?
It sounds like a plan to me.
We could mull over the important data that we've learned.
Yeah.
Do you think that robot's favorite color was actually green, or they were just sucking up?
I definitely saw it. Although it did have a green screen.
But did it have a? Was it able to pick that?
I don't know. Why don't you go and ask?
That's a good question.
Doesn't seem to go well when I talk to the robots. Why am I talking to the robots and not Sieg?
All right. So it seems you're
This
all
seems
wanting to head,
mysterious.
right, it seems you're all wanting to head back to House Lazuli.
Mhm.
All right. I'll move everyone a little over here. You make your way in to House Lazuli. And as you walk in, it's later in the day. Like one of the attendants comes and meets you, check in with all of you. Everything seems a lot quieter later in the day. As you all kind of walk in from a lower platform, you see other Sapphire look up, and she casts message at the first person she says and says, "Psst, come down here."
You breaking shit? It looks like you're breaking shit. Sapphire responds with a message.
"Get down here," she responds back.
Okay. Sapphire just
Hey.
turns to the others and just waves her hand and points down that way.
Swim, swim, swim.
So, and she is talking out loud this time. She goes, through the apparatus allows her to speak underwater effectively. She goes, so, I found this other one outside while you were all gone that was just powered down. Like, it didn't make it here.
Strange.
And it pulled up a diagnostic unit from something. I really can't see a lot from this, but, it seems kind of intact. And maybe it'll give a lead. But what did you all find out?
I can apparently scare robots.
Well, yeah, of course the robots are easy to scare. That's why I didn't scare the other one earlier first. They move too much.
Well, I think it's a cool power, Sakura. So
Thank you, Squib.
Well, there is broadly uniform support for unification.
I knew that.
there's
I'm
robots
getting
all
there.
over the place.
Yeah, like Swip said, the robots are everywhere. The so-called advisors.
Almost feels cultish.
There's at least one in every house. They have this massive manifesto.
Right, this thing, right? And she holds up a little, data shard.
I assume, not that I can see it.
Yeah, they've been distributing these to people.
We haven't had a chance to examine it quite yet.
Ugh. No, it's 150 pages or something, and I stopped reading after 3. Sorry for you, or happy for you, whatever. I ain't reading all that.
Well, I apologize, but I don't have that luxury. I'm going to have to examine it fully later in the day.
Oh, please, just summarize it for me. Anyway, more in. This one was deactivated so quickly it didn't seem to wipe anything. It's... Even I can see something about a Nephilim again.
Do you want to poke around inside of it, Sieg?
I'm sure it couldn't hurt, but
We have encountered this Nephilim before.
Oh, where?
In the endless expanse. We were attacked in space by agents of this thing.
Wait a minute. Like, outside of Marcia Bay?
Yes.
Huh. So what happened? Did you destroy it? Was it like a assassin robot or something?
Well, no, whatever it was in control of a large ship of some variety, and it employed autonomous weapons that we were unfortunately kind of hard pressed to deal with. And upon killing those things, the entity itself was long gone.
I'll see what research I can do on this Nephilim, but in the meantime, look, its logs here go back to these coordinates, I think.
Really?
Um,
And where do they point to?
and she turns the screen around and she's points to somewhere a good ways outside of Lapicia. Yeah, I don't know what's out here. There's nothing on the map here. But if they're coming from somewhere, maybe it's here. But I really don't want to like sound the alarm. But maybe the five of you can go check it out tomorrow?
No, I think that's wise. We'll investigate it ourselves. We're quite used to doing things like this.
We're all about the dirty
Well,
work.
Well, us four and then Sakura can, get some live training.
Good. I'll make sure to pay you all when you return.
That would be best. And I think that is a matter best tackled tomorrow. That will also give me time to examine the manifesto and summarize it.
Yeah, perfect. And see, you're also welcome to take a look at this thing. I'm a novice with this, but even if I can get into this, then who knows what you can get out of it.
sure, let's have a spin.
All right, throw me a computer check.
Open?
Yeah, open.
I will hero point that. I want a better roll.
All right.
Good luck.
Go,
Don't want
go,
to have a
go.
worse roll.
Or the
Or
same
the
roll.
same roll.
Wonderful. All right. You're able to access this. You get everything that Miss Sapphire Navalis has gotten. And you get, as you're exploring the information about this, you get a response from this deactivated droid. And it just asks, reason for inquiry.
Knowledge.
Denied. Your existence is not necessary.
I don't believe that.
Perhaps you'd better provide unification as a reason.
This is oh, okay, you're talking to Sieg.
Yeah.
Does it ask again, or is it shut down?
No, it's just leaving the prompt open. It just said denied, but the prompt is open.
I will input unification.
Oh, if unification is your reason, then why don't you bring that lost print back to my facility, and we'll fix that and dispose of you.
Where is your facility?
Oh, you'd like to find that, wouldn't you?
You're the one who's inviting me?
Sure. I would be a poor host if I didn't. I'll see you soon. For one last time. And I suppose the first time. And you get a specific GPS coordinate.
Oh boy, a
Weirdo.
trap.
I'd like to look at a map and see where this GPS coordinate leads to.
Okay. So if we're looking at Marcia Bay out here, if the party, the
And where is the spot that the Novelist lady was directing us to?
I would say her coordinate was about like here in this big circle, and you got this.
So it's right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the other map and grab something.
Stranger's going to continue referring to the two sapphires as sapphire because it makes perfect sense to him. But for the convenience of everyone else, Miss Novalis will be Madam Sapphire.
Wow, Sapphire doesn't get a cool title.
Good boss.
True. Boss Sapphire.
Queen Sapphire.
That's right.
Sapphire, comma, vestige of Yimyar.
I mean, yeah, can't we just call her Ymyar Sapphire? What about Yimmy?
Yeah.
God.
Oh god, not Yimmy. It's Yimmy over.
Look, it's better than the alternative, which is Yar.
Yar, matey.
Sapphire.
Alright, and this is the approximate GPS coordinate that you all received. Alright.
I'll turn to Novelist and be like, "Well, I just received a invitation to an ambush at the location that you gave us."
And she goes, "Oh, that's even better, but don't get yourselves killed. You're kind of useful."
We haven't died yet. Well, at least not all of us. Just a few.
What?
Remember I told you about our bug friend?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean he died, and so
Oh, is that the guy who walked in
Brody.
front of a turret battery?
yes,
Yeah. Red told me about him.
crazy. It was crazy.
She said, I ain't ever seen someone that fearless since Riptor.
Rest in peace to a real one.
Anyway, I suppose I should make some calls too if we've got a lead. Alright, well, we can tackle this tomorrow then.
We'll get some good rest and walk into the lion's den with our heads held high.
Yeah. Your rooms, by the way, I don't know if anybody told you, but if you go back up to the main catwalk and then swim underneath that, there will be, on the other side here, there will be a hallway that leads down, and that should be your rooms. They are configured for optional draining and oxygen purging, so...
That will do. Thank you.
Yeah, so, I'm gonna, like I said, I need to reach out to someone and who knows the area a little better than I do and is a little more familiar underwater. But, I'll talk to you all tomorrow. And she goes
Goodbye.
back to working on this robot.
All right, well, I've got some reading to do.
Yeah. Do you
I'm
think
gonna.
when Stranger reads, it's bionic reading? What are you gonna do, Squib?
I'm gonna battle plan in my dreams. That way, I sleep and prepare for battle.
And they do have several rooms that appropriately accommodate Sakura, as any modern civilized society would.
Hooray!
Hooray!
All right, and we will end there for now.
Sounds good.
Thank you all for playing. We will meet up again, I think, next week.
The lines crossing as people go back to their planets.
And I will be right back.
Oh my
I
god,
say.
Sakura's as big as the whole planet.
Pathetic.
Hi everyone, thank you for watching. My name is Elysian. This is our show, Aurousa Volume 1. Aurousa Volume 1 is a production of myself, Elysian, produced under the Paizo Community Use Policy. Aurousa Volume 1 uses trademarks and or copyrights owned by Paizo Inc. used under Paizo's Community Use Policy. We are expressly prohibited from charging you to use or access this content, and this show is not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo. For more information about Paizo Inc. and Paizo products, visit paizo.com. The original characters are the property of their respective players. Thank you all for watching, and I will resume game next